What's up YouTube, Zero here, and welcome to the place that's going to help you game better. Today, we're going to be going over a level 7 Pyromancer build in Outriders. Why level 7? That's the max level you can get in the demo, but come April 1st when Outriders finally drops its full game, I'm going to be coming out with a bunch more Outriders videos. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Outriders content. I do a bunch of other video games, so check those out as well. Without further ado, let's get into this level 7 Pyromancer. Now for my primary one, I have an assault rifle, and this assault rifle has Essence Thief mod on it, which can be extremely important to the build. Shots regenerate your health, and I'll talk a little bit about why that's insanely important a little bit later in the video. Let's get on to my second primary weapon, which is a sniper rifle. The Pyromancer is more of a medium to longer range class, so I like that medium range primary as my assault rifle and then the longer range sniper rifle. Mine has Anomaly Surge on it, which critical shots are going to deal anomaly damage within an area of effect, so I can damage more enemies that way. Now, on my hood, I have the Ember Shield, which overheat is going to increase my resistance by 10% for 10 seconds, which is insanely amazing, especially when using overheat. I like the overheat ability, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the video, but Fire Eater is also an amazing mod if you get it. Feed the Flames, it increases health drain efficiency against targets by a huge amount, so I recommend using that as well if you're focused on Feed the Flame. And we also have Final Breath, which Feed the Flame health drain efficiency is increased, so that's always a good thing. Now, first skill is Overheat, and Overheat's going to deal damage to enemies, which almost seems like the entire battlefield. However, if the enemies are affected with burn, they receive even more damage. So really, you're going to want to burn a lot of your targets so you can deal that extra damage. But the initial Overheat, even if you're not burning targets, is pretty good. I'm going to talk about that later. Then for the second skill, we have Feed the Flames, which is going to pull an enemy to you, deal damage, and also drain their health so you can heal up a little bit better. It also inflicts them with Ash, which slows them down for a few seconds. Then Thermal Bomb. What this is going to do is it's actually going to burn and interrupt the target, is going to deal damage, and if this target affected by Thermal Bomb is killed, the target explodes, dealing a ton of damage in a nice radius. Then for my class points, I have Archmage, which is going to increase my anomaly power by 6%. Then I'm going into Mark's Accumulation, which increases my skill damage by 10% against marked enemies. And we want to kill those marked enemies quickly because remember, we are trying to heal up ourselves. Now let's get into how we heal, because that's an important part of why I chose what I chose. So on the Pyromancer, how you're going to heal is actually you're going to recover health whenever enemies marked by your skills are killed. So we just saw that we're increasing our damage on marked enemies, and we're also increasing our anomaly power. And the reason why we're doing that is because that's how we're going to be healing. As a Pyromancer, we only heal health when we do kill those enemies that are marked by our skills. That's another reason why I want that mod, that Essence Thief, on my assault rifle. Because when that is dealing damage, I'm recovering health. So we're playing a little defensively because we are a medium to longer range build. So both of those, all those combined, are really helping us heal health as we're taking damage. A couple more traits of the Pyromancer. You receive additional 10% anomaly power, and we've already talked about this a little bit, but skills mark damaged enemies for 15 seconds. And then again, killing those marked enemies heals you by 24% of your maximum health. Now I want to talk about the skills a little bit, because I've talked about the weapons, why I chose the weapons, and where I put my skill points, but I haven't talked about the skills themselves, the anomaly powers yet. This is the bread and butter. This is what we're going to be focused on. So first, Overheat. This is the last skill you're going to unlock by level 7. It's the fourth skill you're going to unlock, and I'm going to talk about why I don't go with Heat Wave on this build. So Overheat, it almost affects the entire battlefield. You use overheat. It says a large radius. So far, when I've used it, it's really been the entire battlefield. So they are getting a little bit of damage in that large radius. It's going to interrupt any enemies who are trying to utilize a skill. And if enemies are already burned, they're going to receive additional damage. Another mod that you could use on your weapons would be a mod that burns enemies. This would work very nicely with overheat. I've used sniper rifles that have a burn mod on it. So that would be good as another good mod to use. Instead of that anomaly damage that I do have, you can use a burn mod. So that will work nicely with overheat. On top of that though, what we're really doing is we're marking all of our enemies when we are overheating. So literally every enemy in that vicinity is now marked. So anyone that's killed is going to heal us. This works really well with just guns that deal a lot of damage. So any mods that are going to deal more damage over time, burn or health drain, things like that are going to be great. Toxic damage. But this also works really well with the other skills that we're choosing. Feed the flames. You're going to target one enemy. You're going to pull them towards you, which isn't huge. It doesn't matter if you pull them towards you or not. We're a medium to longer range build. We really want to keep those enemies off of us. But what it's going to do is it's going to heal us up. It's going to deal damage, and it deals a decent amount of damage. And again, it marks them. And we like when our enemies get marked as a Pyromancer. Then, if we feed the flames on an enemy, right after that, let's use Thermal Bomb on that enemy, because what that does is it's going to damage the enemy a decent amount. And if that enemy is killed while they are marked by Thermal Bomb, they explode, and that explosion is huge. It deals a ton of damage to every enemy in the vicinity, which is absolutely critical to clearing out the battlefield and healing you up. So it does two things, and these three that I've chosen, these three skills, really work well in conjunction with each other. We already saw that with my skill points, I'm increasing my anomaly power, and I'm increasing damage dealt to marked targets. That's what overheat's doing for me. And now I'm gonna hit him with some of my bigger power skills in Feed the Flames and Thermal Bomb. Heat Wave isn't a bad ability per se, and I'm sure it could work on other builds, but with Heat Wave, you summon a wave that goes directly out in front of you. And you have to be fairly close. You have to be in maybe to the shorter to medium range to hit enemies you may want to. Whereas Feed the Flames and Thermal Bomb, they're going to be a lot better. And Overheat, again, it marks every target really on that battlefield. So when you mark all of those targets, you're going to be dealing more damage to them because of the skill point we put into. And when they die, you're going to be able to heal that health back. And if we can get a Thermal Bomb off, we can kill an enemy that's affected by Thermal Bomb. That's going to be damaging a lot of enemies, or killing a lot of enemies, because it does deal a lot of damage. So that's how well these actually really work together. Now, again, I want to go back to just reiterating that for our armor mods, we want to enhance Feed the Flames, Thermal Bomb, or Overheat however we can. Now, we saw which ones I was using. There are definitely some very good ones out there that with Feed the Flames, you can heal yourself up a little bit better. You can deal more damage. Overheat, you can deal more damage. Thermal Bomb, same thing. So some great mods for those. But if you're going to focus on the mods for your armor, focus on enhancing those. So that's great. And again, we're getting some resistance with the Overheat, so that's a great mod as well. We're getting our defense up a little bit more. So this is a very balanced build with both defense and offense. So we are coming down to the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of this build in the comment section. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Make sure you check out some of my other videos, and until next time, peace.